Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told as podcast. You know, we love to take deep dives into the lives of fascinating people. And, well, this week we're strapping in because this one is a wild ride.
Buckle up.
It is. This week we are talking about a man pushing the boundaries of technology and ambition.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah.
I mean, what's really captivating about him, I think, is that his story isn't just about, rockets and electric cars.
Yeah.
It's this tale of really relentless ambition, but fueled by a complex past.
Yeah, and, I think a lot of people don't know some of the details about his childhood.
Yeah,
Like, we always hear about the success, of course.
right.
But he did not have, like, an easy breezy upbringing growing up in South Africa.
No,
His family was well off.
right?
But sources describe a very difficult relationship with his father.
Yeah,
So imagine the drive it takes to go from that kind of upbringing
absolutely.
to literally launching cars into space.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
how do you even get there?
Yeah, it's fascinating how all of these early experiences really might have shaped him. You know, some biographers suggest that his father's personality, very demanding and his emotional distance that he kind of kept from Elon, that instilled in him this very deep need to prove himself.
Interesting.
Almost like his ventures are a way of reaching for a validation
Oh, wow.
that maybe was missing when he was younger.
That's interesting. It really makes you wonder if SpaceX would even exist
Yeah,
if things had been different in his childhood.
absolutely.
And here's a little fact that might surprise you. Elon Musk was not a straight-A student.
Oh, really?
I know, shocker.
I would have thought so.
Yeah, well, he actually got a B on his senior math exam.
Wow.
I know.
That's right.
Wild.
But what he lacked in conventional academic success,
Yeah.
he more than made up for it
Wow.
with an insatiable curiosity and a real knack for self-learning.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, this is a guy who taught himself to program at 10 years old,
Yeah.
and then by the time he was 12, he had already sold his first computer game.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so the entrepreneurial spirit was really there from the very beginning.
He was a hustler
He was...
in the best sense of the word.
Yeah.
But instead of lemonade stands,
Huh.
he was building software companies.
Yeah.
Zip2,
Right.
X.com,
Mm-hmm.
PayPal, all these companies. He was already like revolutionizing the tech world
Right.
and making a fortune.
And making a fortune.
Before most people even know what they want to do with their lives.
Yeah, those early ventures were really crucial for him because they not only established him as a force to be reckoned with in Silicon Valley,
Oh, for sure.
but they also provided the capital to really fuel his more audacious dreams.
Right.
I mean, who else could dream of colonizing Mars
Yeah.
and then actually have the resources to take a shot at it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And speaking of audacious dreams, let's talk about SpaceX, because you're right.
Okay.
This wasn't just some space tourism for Musk.
Right.
He founded SpaceX with this very explicit goal
Yeah.
of making humanity a multiplanetary species. And he wanted to start with Mars,
Yeah.
like straight out of science fiction.
Yeah, it is.
But he's actually making it happen.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the achievements so far have just been remarkable.
Totally.
SpaceX became the first private company to ever launch a rocket into orbit.
Right?
They now send astronauts to the International Space Station.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really happening.
And they've mastered the art of landing those rocket boosters back on Earth,
Yeah.
making space travel so much more affordable.
Yeah, and speaking of affordable, who can forget the image of Musk's cherry red Tesla Roadster soaring through space?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
so crazy.
It was a brilliant marketing stunt, of course,
Absolutely.
but also a symbol of his audacious vision.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're not just launching rockets, we're launching the future.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he's trying to say.
And I think the reusable rockets are really key to that vision
Yeah.
because by cutting the cost of space travel like that,
Right.
dramatically, it actually makes it possible to think about colonizing Mars.
Right.
Which, it's still a long shot, but he's betting on making it a reality in our lifetime.
I know, it's mind-boggling to think that one day, thanks to this guy, a trip to Mars might be as attainable as,
I know.
well, maybe not like a weekend getaway,
Right.
but certainly not the stuff of fantasy anymore.
Absolutely.
And speaking of pushing boundaries, we can't forget Tesla.
No.
He's not just building electric cars, he's trying to spearhead this revolution in sustainable transportation.
Well, that's right. I mean, he really saw the potential of electric vehicles at a time when they were still considered just a niche market.
Yeah.
And he took Tesla from a struggling startup to a global powerhouse
Yeah.
and made electric cars not just practical, but actually desirable.
Yeah, he's made them cool.
Yes.
Like he's forced the whole car industry to play catch up,
That's right.
you know. But we should probably address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Tesla has faced its share of controversies, including a lot of criticism about Musk's management style and allegations about working conditions.
Yeah. It's important to acknowledge those concerns.
Definitely.
While Tesla is undoubtedly pushing the world toward a greener future,
Yeah.
there are still questions about how sustainable their practices actually are
Right.
and the impact that they're having on the environment.
Right. Before we get into those details, though,
Yeah.
I want to remind everyone to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of our deep dive into the world of Elon Musk.
That's right.
We'll be right back with more on this captivating and often controversial figure.
Right here on Tell Me More.
Tell me more.
Welcome back to Tell Me More.
Back again for more Elon Musk.
We're deep in the world of Elon Musk,
Deep, deep.
a man who really seems determined to just reshape not just industries,
Yeah.
but like the future itself.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing a real-life game of civilization,
Aha.
going for all the technological wonders at once.
all the achievements.
But we all know rockets and electric cars. It makes your deuter.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just the tip of the iceberg,
Yeah,
right?
that's part of what makes Musk such a compelling figure, you know?
Yeah.
He's not content with, like, incremental progress.
Right.
He's got to set his sights on these seemingly impossible goals.
Yeah,
And then throws all of his energy and resources into making them happen.
totally.
Take Neuralink, for instance.
Okay.
Straight out of science fiction.
Yeah.
Developing brain-computer interfaces.
Whoa, back up. Brain-computer interfaces.
Yeah.
Explain that.
So these are interfaces that could revolutionize how we interact with technology.
Okay, so like I'm thinking the Matrix here.
Pretty much.
Okay, so like controlling devices with my thoughts,
Yeah,
downloading knowledge straight into my brain,
exactly.
that's both really exciting
Uh-huh.
and a little bit terrifying.
Right. I mean, the potential benefits are immense, though.
Okay, like what?
Imagine treating neurological disorders,
Okay.
restoring mobility to people who are paralyzed,
Wow.
even enhancing just like human cognitive abilities.
Mm.
Wow. But are there downsides?
Well, yeah, I mean, ethically, it brings up a lot of questions. Who
Yeah.
controls this technology?
Right.
What happens to our privacy? And how do we make sure that it doesn't make existing social inequalities even worse?
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's a whole new frontier
Totally.
with a whole new set of challenges.
For sure.
And then you've got the Boring Company.
The Boring Company. What is that?
This is the one that's tackling traffic congestion
Okay.
by digging tunnels under cities.
Tunnels, like underground.
Yeah,
It sounds crazy.
it does sound crazy.
But I mean, maybe that's what it takes to solve a problem like traffic.
That's kind of how Musk operates, though.
Yeah.
He looks at these intractable problems and comes up with these radical solutions.
Yeah.
Traditional approaches to traffic just haven't worked.
Right.
He's taking a bold approach.
Yeah.
Some might say outlandish,
Maybe a little bit.
but if it works, it could transform how we move around cities.
That's true.
And then there's OpenAI.
OpenAI. What's that one?
This one aims to make sure that artificial intelligence actually benefits humanity.
Okay, that's good because with all this talk about AI becoming smarter than us,
Right.
taking over the world,
Yeah.
it's reassuring that at least someone is like, hey, let's be careful with this.
Absolutely. I mean, the development of artificial general intelligence.
AGI.
Yes, AGI, that is one of the most significant technological advancements coming up.
For sure.
So the potential benefits are huge.
Yeah,
But so are the potential dangers.
definitely.
So OpenAI is working to steer that development in a way that aligns with human values,
That's good.
really promoting safety and ethical considerations.
Yeah, it's a bit like trying to put the genie back in the bottle, though, right? Once this technology's out there,
Yeah.
it's hard to control.
It is.
Speaking of things that are hard to control, let's talk about Elon Musk himself.
Okay.
He's a complex character.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Brilliant, ambitious, outspoken,
Uh-huh.
but also impulsive, confrontational, even reckless sometimes.
Musk's personality is as multifaceted as his ventures.
That's true.
I mean, he's a master of self-promotion,
Definitely.
savvy communicator.
Yeah,
He knows how to grab the public's attention.
it does.
But he's also been criticized for his management style,
Right.
how he treats employees,
Yeah.
and sometimes his erratic behavior online.
Oh, yeah. Remember when he tweeted about taking Tesla private?
Oh, yeah.
Caused like a storm of controversy,
Absolutely.
legal trouble.
Uh-huh.
It's like he thrives on chaos,
It seems like,
disruption,
yeah.
not just in tech, but in his own life, too.
That incident really highlights his brilliance, but also his flaws.
Yeah,
He's a risk taker,
for sure.
not afraid to challenge conventional wisdom,
Totally.
but he can also be impulsive
Yeah,
and disregard the rules when it suits him.
right. And that unpredictable nature
Mm,
makes him both fascinating and frustrating.
absolutely.
Like a superhero with a dark side.
Mm.
And speaking of dark sides, let's get into the more controversial parts of Musk's life,
Okay.
particularly his evolving political stance.
Right.
He's gone from like the darling of the Silicon Valley liberals
Uh-huh.
to aligning himself more with figures on the right.
Yeah. His political journey has been interesting.
It has been interesting.
He initially supported Democratic candidates and causes,
Right.
but more recently he's become really critical of what he sees as government overreach and regulation.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of led him to endorse some right-wing figures and ideas.
His support for Donald Trump in 2024 really threw a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's hard to reconcile the image of this progressive tech innovator
Right.
with someone who's aligning themselves with some of the more divisive figures in politics.
I think it's important to remember that Musk's views don't really fit neatly into those traditional categories.
Okay.
He has very strong opinions on specific issues like space exploration, climate change,
Right.
artificial intelligence, and it seems like his alliances shift,
Yeah,
depending on who he sees as the biggest obstacle to his goals at the time.
that's a good point.
So his critics would say that he's basically just become a billionaire who wants to play by his own rules, regardless of how it impacts others.
Right.
And then his supporters see him as this maverick who's not afraid to challenge the status quo and speak his mind,
Right.
even if it ruffles some feathers.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that his political pronouncements and actions have alienated some of his former fans
Right.
while attracting a new following
Absolutely.
among people who share his views.
Yeah.
This shift has kind of cemented his status
Yeah.
as one of the most polarizing figures
Of our time.
of our time, for sure.
He really likes to stir the pot,
He does.
both on and offline.
And his personal life
Oh, yeah.
has been just as tumultuous
It has.
as his professional life.
Absolutely.
Multiple more marriages, high-profile relationships,
Yeah.
very public approach to fatherhood,
All part of the Elon Musk show.
all part of the show.
It often seems like his personal life mirrors that chaos and unconventionality of his business ventures.
Interesting.
He's been very open about his struggles with relationships,
Uh-huh.
the demands of his crazy workaholic lifestyle.
All right.
Some people really admire his candor,
Okay.
while others see it as another example of his just inability to conform to any societal norms.
I see that.
But then there are the allegations
Oh, right.
of inappropriate behavior towards women.
Yeah.
And that's raised some serious questions
Yeah, sure.
about his character and how he treats others.
Those allegations are definitely troubling.
To us.
Should be taken seriously.
Absolutely.
And while Musk has denied any wrongdoing,
Uh-huh.
these accusations really do contribute to this complex and often contradictory image of him
Yeah.
as this brilliant but flawed person.
Right. It seems like there's always another layer to peel back with this guy,
Always another layer.
like a walking Rorschach test.
I like that.
People see in him what they want to see.
That's so true.
Visionary, villain, genius, charlatan, hero, bully.
All of it,
It's all there.
depending on how you look at him.
Exactly. And that's what makes him so fascinating to really dive into.
Totally.
He's a reflection of our times,
That's a good point.
embodying both the promise and the peril of this unchecked ambition
Uh-huh.
and technological advancement.
So where do we go from here?
Right.
Like, how do we reconcile the brilliance with the flaws,
Yeah.
the innovation with the controversy,
Mm-hmm.
the hope with the fear?
That's the question we're going to try to grapple with
Okay.
in this final part of our deep dive.
Okay, I'm ready.
So join us as we try to explore the potential legacy of Elon Musk
Okay.
and what it means for the future of humanity.
Welcome back to Tell Me More.
We're back.
We spent this whole episode
I know, it's been a lot.
exploring all these different sides of Elon Musk,
Yeah.
the triumphs, the controversies,
All of it.
that sheer audacity of his vision.
Yeah. But now we're at the part where we try to make sense of it all. Right. Like, what does it all mean?
It's been quite a journey.
It really has, from those early days, in Silicon Valley as a disruptor,
Yeah.
to now one of the most influential people on the planet,
I know.
constantly defying expectations,
Right.
pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Like a force of nature,
Yeah.
reshaping industries, challenging norms,
Mm-hmm.
sparking debates about the future of humanity.
Yeah.
But like we've been saying, his legacy,
Right.
far from simple.
Yeah.
It's this mix of groundbreaking achievements, questionable decisions,
No.
a personality that seems to just generate as much admiration as animosity.
We've seen how his ambition has fueled these remarkable advancements in
Right.
space exploration, electric vehicles, AI.
Totally. But we've also seen how that ambition can lead to recklessness,
Absolutely.
disregard for ethics,
Yeah.
prioritizing progress no matter the cost.
It's like he's constantly pushing that accelerator,
Yeah.
even when the road ahead is completely foggy.
That's a good analogy.
Makes it hard to predict what his impact will be.
So will he be remembered as a visionary
Right.
who helped humanity progress,
Yeah.
or a cautionary tale
Uh-huh.
about unchecked ambition?
And technology being misused.
Right, because that's a real possibility.
It is. I think it'll probably be a bit of both. I mean,
Yeah.
his legacy is going to be complex,
For sure.
just like him.
Yeah.
He'll be celebrated for what he did for innovation,
Mhm.
but also scrutinized for those ethical lapses
Yeah.
and the consequences of his actions.
And that brings us back to that question we've been asking all along,
The big one.
the big one. What does his story teach us about ourselves,
Right.
about the choices we make, the values we prioritize?
The future we're creating.
I mean, it's a big question.
It is, but his rise to prominence is a reminder that even in this crazy, complex world, individuals can still make a difference.
Yeah, I see that.
He's shown that you can challenge norms, disrupt industries, push those boundaries.
Totally. But he's also a cautionary tale
Yeah.
about ethical leadership,
Yeah.
balancing ambition with empathy,
Right.
a sense of responsibility for society.
Because his story really highlights the power of technology
Yeah,
to change our world,
definitely.
but also the potential for it to be used in the wrong way.
That's the scary part.
It is, and it underscores the need for us to be informed, engaged,
Yeah,
critical of these advancements, and demand that they're used to make things better for everyone.
not just for profit.
Exactly.
He's given us a lot to think about.
He has.
And I think that's the point of this whole deep dive.
That's right.
It's not about judging him
Yeah.
or finding easy answers.
It's about reflection,
Yeah,
debate.
thinking about our own role in this whole thing.
Because we live in a time of unprecedented change.
We do.
And our choices matter.
So much.
Musk's story shows us that we can't be passive.
We can't.
We need to be informed, engaged,
Yeah.
and willing to stand up for what we believe in.
Ask the tough questions.
Hold people accountable,
Demand that technology serves us.
not the other way around.
Right, that's the challenge
Is that the opportunity?
that Elon Musk has given us.
I think so.
So as we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to leave everyone with this question.
Okay.
What kind of future do you want?
Hmm.
And what role will you play in making it happen?
That's a good one to ponder.
Yeah, thank you for joining us on this journey
Yeah, it's been quite a ride.
into the world of Elon Musk.
Hopefully it sparked some curiosity.
Yeah.
Encouraged you to think critically
Yeah.
about all these challenging and opportunities.
That we're facing right now.
Absolutely.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive,
Yes,
don't forget to subscribe to Tell Me More Stories Told as Podcast
that's right.
for more fascinating explorations of the people and ideas shaping our world.
We'll catch you next time.
See you later.